Meow. Meow. So we're starting with nice light pencil just to allow to be able to erase when needed, because erasing is just as much a part of drawing as the pencil is. So I'm just kind of feeling my way around now. There's that muzzle. I love to hear about what you want to learn about cat drawing. What poses do you want to do? Yeah, see, I'm erasing already. Just wasn't comfortable with where I put those ear lines. Yeah, what kind of poses would you like to learn? What kind of cat poses? I'm always looking for new ideas, and it's really nice to know what helps you. And I also love to hear about your cat too, or where you live in the world. So drop me a note. What's your greatest struggle in cat drawing? What is it that you want to overcome so that you can be on your way to being the best cat artist there is? I find this a really relaxing stage, just finding my way. In fact, it's probably for me the most relaxing part of it. Why do you draw? I'd love to hear why you draw. What does drawing do for you, especially drawing cats? What do cats do for you? How do cats enhance your life? Drop me a comment. I do my best to answer all of them, as many as I can. So we kind of find the spot for the nose that way. And gently find the spot for the eyes too. Really helps to place the features more effectively, I find. It's one way to do it anyways. There are other ways to approach it for sure. Just take what you learn from me and make it your own. Finding your own way is the most important. There, I like where I got the ears better now. And everything might not be the exact shape that I want it in the end, but this gives me an idea of where to put my final lines. That little nosy. That cute little nosy. You see the eyes kind of gotta fit with the curvature of the head. I like what I got so far. Finally starts feeling like it has a bit of life when I pop the eyes in. And of course you can change the position of the pupils and it will change the total feeling of the drawing. I'm going by what's in the photo here, but feel free to play with it. Be creative. Maybe you want your kitty looking a different way. Yes, hit the subscribe button. It's much appreciated, helps grow the community. I like that. And the tabby stripes. The tabby stripes really help around the head. They're basically contour lines, cross contour lines that go around the shape of the cat's head. And getting them in there too, I find it really helps me make sure I've got the features in the right place too, because that's going to be a telltale sign if they're not. Is that wide open mouth? Little tongue. And yeah, using the eraser again is part of the drawing process. Sometimes you just want to soften up lines. You don't want to get totally rid of them. Eraser is a very handy drawing tool. And those tabby stripes on the forehead. Kittens have such big ears. They have to grow into their ears, I guess. And all those things about kittens that you got to pay attention to if you really want it to actually look like a kitten. More than anything, draw what you see, not what you think you see. Learning to draw really is learning to see. It's a study. It's a study of your subject. And it helps to draw what you know well. What I know well is cats. And if you're watching this, I'm guessing you probably do too. Yes, getting a little bit of definition. You don't want to get too carried away with details. Too many details can really take away from the bigger picture. It can be really distracting for the eye. You want what's important to get the message across that this is a kitten. A mewing kitten. Sometimes they're called mewlings. I've heard them called mewlings, not very often, but it's kind of a cute term. When it comes to getting the fine details, you definitely want to make sure you have a sharp pencil too. Or if you want to get nice, crisp edges, that's another reason why you would need a sharp pencil. Sometimes I don't sharpen my pencil when I should, and then I don't get the nice lines that I need, that I could get with a sharp pencil. A little bit more texture in those tabby stripes. And I'm just thinking really careful about what details I want to add at this stage, and how light or dark I want them to. You notice those lines beside the eyes, on the inside of the eyes, I did them very light and gentle, and same as these tabby stripes I just did. And because you don't want everything standing way out. some texture inside the ears. They're very soft ears, very soft, fluffy ears. I guess kittens haven't really developed that kind of hairless inside the ear. You know, not totally hairless, but bigger cats have a lot of the inside of their ear that isn't hair, but kittens seem to have a lot of hair inside their ear, and I guess it might be a protective thing. To protect their ears while they grow. Nature does amazing things. I like my little kitty. Looks like she's smiling at me. And we'll get one little paw in there just for a hint of context, just so we don't have a floating head. It is really more focused on the face here, but it's nice to get a bit of context. A bit of shoulder too. Just a hint of the body. It's just a sketch, really. A sketch like this is a really good learning process. Any art is. But you know, just sketching without the purpose of having it be anything other than a sketch is a huge learning process. And it's wonderful to have a sketchbook filled with all your charming sketches. It's kind of a record of your journey as an artist. See those tabby stripes, they help kind of shape the contour of the head. They help give some 3D look. And you know, really that's what I try to think of my drawing as sculpting, you know, because I basically drawing is not all types of drawing, but this type of drawing I feel is a way of creating a 3D look on a 2D surface. Gotta really think carefully about what lines we want to really darken up at this stage. Like that. Use my eraser to get rid of some of the extra lines. I don't want to get rid of all the extra lines because some of them make awesome background tone. And I like the drawn look. Get a hint of some whisker spots there. And eraser can tone them down nice. And be sure to check out the links in the description. You'll find the link to our Facebook group, Cat Drawing Art Workshop. And I would love to have you join us if you truly are passionate about drawing cats. And there's some more information in there too. I like Kitty. What do you think her name should be? I love hearing what my people would name the cat. Thank you so much for watching. Lots more videos to come, so I hope to see you next time.